Alright, sorry it's been a minute since I have uploaded this channel. I, number one, just wanted to make it purely a channel where like I could update if I wanted to, and there's no pressure on it to like upload on a certain schedule. And you know, it is very relaxed, so I could do more content. And one of the reasons too is like I just often am not presentable and I look a little scary and I like can't really film my day if I'm looking a little bit scary. Hopefully that changes. I am trying to like get up in the morning and get going. I'm re-listening to the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, which is like one of my favorites. It's really good. And I just need it to kind of kick me in the butt and remind me, you know, those habits. I've kind of gotten into a slump. I just have let myself like not get up when I usually did, or like getting up early, exercising first thing in the morning, getting ready before my kids go off to school. All those things like help me feel like a person. And I've kind of like not been doing that, those habits that help me out a lot. So we're gonna work on it. One thing I have changed, and this is thanks to my Instagram audience, and probably that equates to you guys as well. I was feeling really run down and tired, and I asked for like tips and help. And one of the big tips was B12 supplements, making sure like iron. I've been taking an iron supplement, getting blood work done, which I think I'm gonna do. I wanna make sure like hormones are looking good. I had the perimenopause comment come up a lot, and I was like, I don't love that, but it is a reality we need to look into. So we're looking into that. And I've also though been taking creatine because I hear that can help with energy. That's really helped a lot. And protein, which I've just, you know, I'm just so tired of like the protein chats on Instagram who are just, you know, protein. But there's a reason. It is really important and it does work. So every morning I've been having a very protein-packed breakfast, usually scrambled eggs and cottage cheese, sometimes mixed together before I cook them. And then sometimes I'll have very high protein yogurt, but like there's ratio yogurt's my favorite. It's so good. It's so good. And it's 28 grams of protein and like 190 calories for 2/3 of a cup. So I've been doing that with high protein granola. Both of those, and like I also sprinkle in raspberries, fresh raspberries, because I think it just makes it taste yummy. And those breakfasts on their own are 40 grams of protein each. And then at lunch, I've just been having like rotisserie chicken with some cottage cheese, and I still have my treats. You guys know I'm never gonna give those up, but having that protein-packed breakfast really has helped. I will fully admit, like, that's been a game changer. So come on, Ashley, like we need to stay with it. It's been a game changer enough that I'm doing it just purely out of like, not that I like it, but because I feel so different throughout the day. I'm like, if I don't do this, I know I'm going to be feeling so tired come mid-afternoon. So yeah, so that's just a small update on something I've been doing. But right now, today, since it's a work day, I filmed Tuesday. Today, since it's a work day, I'm working on some A/B testing with some thumbnails. I really need to go back in my channel and work on SEO, that like search engine optimization, right? Because that's something I just haven't focused on. And I always thought that like, oh, if I just have good content, people will find it. I've always believed that. And I think to my core, I still do. But the truth is, like, if you have something good, people will find it, but like it has to be really outstanding. To find like a core audience, you can have really good stuff, but you might not like be pushed out in the algorithm if you don't use like words in the description or titles that help with that. So I want to be better with that. Of course, I am very strategic with YouTube. I love sharing and being who I am and sharing how to sell on eBay, but I do want to reach the most people I can. And so I'm just kind of trying to work on that, you know, for better or worse. I'm always strategizing. And that's why this channel is so nice. I don't have to strategize. I can just put stuff out there, and my 2 people that watch it can go, oh, hey, like that's what she's thinking behind the scenes, which I don't even know that 2 people would care. So working on that. I did change things up recently, and we'll get into that. I might title this video, Never Change, Never Try to Change. No. I did hire someone to help me film. And because when I film at thrift stores, yard sales, whatever, I just feel so dumb by myself talking, number one. And number two, like I can only do so much holding the camera from here. I do have long arms. I have a long wingspan. Shout out to, I don't know, my dad, I think, that gave me that long wingspan. But I hold the camera and it's still so close, and I'm just like, ugh, like, does anyone want to look at my face that close? No. it's hard to get good thumbnails from it. And when I'm holding it up to the item, like there's only so much you can see of the dress or of the pants. And so it's always been a struggle. That and like talking to myself in a thrift store, I think I already mentioned, it's just tricky. I just feel a little bit odd and I feel a little more awkward. But what's interesting, so I've been filming and I, hired someone amazing and I love her, Ashley. She's amazing. And I have actually known her for a while now. But this is definitely the closest. We've never worked together before, so she's amazing. She is Gen Z, so she's very helpful with like what's on trend. She's gonna 100% help with my shorts game because I'm not doing hardly any shorts or any short form content. And so that is another role that she's gonna be taking on, is helping me get that out. So it's been amazing. And when I've gone thrifting with her, I'm like, oh, I just love this. I love this content. I feel more me. I feel more like energized and like I can just chat with her so naturally that it's just so nice, So I was really excited to put it out. And then, I think most of the comments are very nice. And if there are criticisms, most of them are very nicely put. So I think change is different for like anytime you try to do change with a format that I've been doing this by myself for so long. There's gonna be hiccups and there's gonna be like people who maybe resist that change. And while there's things that I'll refine and it's on me, I should have held up the comps for longer and put the image on the screen maybe, or had a way to like see it longer. I think I thought I was, but it clearly wasn't long enough. So that's the change I'm gonna make. So don't worry, that's coming. But what's interesting is one person and it had some thumbs up, commented that I don't seem as natural, which was so funny to me because I showed it to TJ and Editor Riff and like, I'm like, I feel more me, and they're like, oh yeah, because they've met me and they know me. TJ of course knows me, and they're like, that's more you. And so that put me into this like spiral of like, oh my gosh, like maybe like people have gotten to know this awkward version of me, and that seems more normal, and me, I don't know. I'm like, wait, that doesn't seem natural. So anyway, I'm sorry. It was our first time filming, so it's gonna get smoother, but I do have a vision in my gut, in my heart, that long-term this will be so helpful for my channel. And the reason is having someone there just helps me so much to communicate and to talk and to share and to be more myself, regardless of what the comments might say. I feel more relaxed and more comfortable, and I get better footage because, someone's there to help the checkout process, the putting in the car. We get to see all of it. So there's that. And also it gives me more opportunity to go places and like try new things and try new stores, try new thrift places, maybe try like trash picking or, going out like, I know Taco Stacks, he's awesome, what he does, having like, maybe doing storage lockers, there's a lot of cool opportunities that can come with it. So I'm gonna trust the process. I'm going to move forward with it. And, to see the feedback right away was just a little startling because I thought, that was usually I can kind of perceive what the audience response will be, but this one definitely took me a little bit by surprise. But I don't want to say that like I shouldn't receive criticism, because I should. I think reading the comments is a really good thing. I think, I don't want to take it as just trolls. They're not. I think people genuinely are like, they're just trying to help. I liked this. I could see this better. I liked and I totally value that. And so I am listening and I do appreciate good feedback and I am reading and because I think if someone on YouTube or someone on social media fully disconnects from their audience, I don't think it's a good thing, because communication is happening in the comment section and trends happen and trends show up in the comment section that some people just will troll and be mean, but a lot of the core audience that really has cared and been supportive, their voices need to be heard too. And just because they're like, hey, I liked something that you used to do, or this something fell off, it doesn't mean they're being mean. They're just, I like your channel and this is my perspective. And when others share that, it's so valuable for me as a creator. So I don't take it personally. It was a little bit surprising, but I do want to improve and do better. And I don't necessarily take it as like I need to go back to just filming myself, because I do have a long-term vision for how it'll all work out. And I think it's already working out. I think Ashley's fabulous. And I think it's going to be so, so great. I need to give more time for comps and, you know, exercise that creative control. I just haven't, so I'm just pointing the camera at myself and like, this is the lowest effort. I put the least amount of effort into filming, and then poor editor Riff has to like take that footage and be like, all right, we're gonna work with it. And he's somehow able to take, you know, a cartoon drawing of the Mona Lisa and turn it into the actual Mona Lisa. He makes it amazing. So we're working on that. So I love having someone there with me. I think it's gonna be amazing. But you know, it is interesting to see what happens. However, I do of course take the comments into account, but I am going to look at the analytics, because I think that's very, very important too. The data will always tell you the truth. So, you know, if there's a comment of like, I didn't watch the whole video, I didn't like this format, I have to take it with a grain of salt, because actually currently the data is showing that the watch time is longer than normal, by a pretty good margin. So that tells me that something is right. This is the right direction, and to not listen maybe to that. So the data, if the analytics and the comments line up, I say, let's listen, and I can of course tweak it and make it better. I'm going to do that. But if the trend is moving towards like my videos being pushed out to more people, and the SEO is working, and the you know, filming is working, if everything is working and leading in a good direction, I feel confident in that. And I'll know that, like, you know, despite what comments might say, clearly the data is showing that it's interesting and that the audience is liking it. That being said, I'm really excited about where the channel's going. I'm really trying to like put as much effort as I can into it to make it successful and informative and fun. And I do feel like more of a drive and a desire to do that than I have in a very long time. So one of the top, I think it might be the top comment, is like, you look really happy. And that's because I'm like, oh, I feel excited. I feel motivated. I like talking to someone. I like this. I like having this, my channel is my baby. This is my, like, I built this just with blood, sweat, and tears. And to, you know, even let go of, for me, especially as a kind of control freak, to let go of that control a little bit and to bring someone in was a huge step for me and very scary. And so taking that step made me really happy. I can't explain it. I just felt like this is the right move. I finally did it. It had been a long time coming, and all of the pieces are fitting and working. So hopefully, you know, we just continue to grow, and I can, if the data looks good and if most of the feedback is really good, I can just kind of ignore the naysayers and know that like it's gonna be good. But if not, I can take that feedback and go, okay, in about a month or two, I'll kind of step back, I'll look at the channel, and I'll assess like how is it doing, and kind of take the pulse of it. So yeah, anyway, it's all good. It's been super fun. So when I A/B test, and this is all about YouTube, and I don't know if this will be interesting to anybody. Probably not, whatever. I'm just gonna talk about it anyway because it's on my mind. So there's features like TubeBuddy. The thing is, YouTube has this capability in YouTube Studio for certain creators. I applied, I have not heard back, so I have to use a third-party software called TubeBuddy, which lets me A/B test thumbnails, A/B test titles, and what's very helpful is going back to old videos that aren't performing and finding a way to make it interesting, and finding a way to, sometimes just changing the thumbnail makes a surprising difference, or even just, you know, some of the words in the title make a huge difference. And I'll give you guys an example. One of the examples of that is one of my older videos about Goodwill, and I'm holding up a night dress, and I think I can show you guys. I'll do some tiny bit editing in this video, but only a little bit because this is my non-editing channel. But I'm holding up this like ugly nightgown, and my first original title was like an arrow pointing at it, and like, you know, whatever, like a certain amount of money that I'm making at that thrift trip potentially, and the title was just, you know, Goodwill finds that will make you a profit or whatever. Something like that, something along those lines. And I can even, whatever, I should just go find that video, but what I added, so like I saw it just was not performing. It wasn't being pushed out. I don't know why, and that's a mystery, right? You could make a video that's exactly like the other ones and has like the same vibe as the thumbnail, whatever, and it just, for whatever reason, like isn't pushing out. But for that one, the only thing I added was I added all caps, ugly equals money. And then I had the rest of the title. I just inserted that at the beginning, and suddenly that video did so much better and it has such longevity. So just changing something, a hook in the thumbnail, or no, sorry. I also altered the thumbnail a little bit, same picture, but I just cropped it out and made it a little bit closer. Just altering that made like a world of difference. And that's where a video that could have just stayed and gone nowhere and just kind of plateaued, making a little tweak or a change or you know, and thinking about that data can make all the difference. Because then I think that one video, let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull up that exact video. How is the lighting? I feel like the lighting is pretty bad in here, and that's on me because I don't have any lights on. Okay, we're gonna go find that video because I want to remember what it was called. Sorry. And also when I start yard selling again, those videos do very well, and so I'm just not, here we go. Ugly equals money. Goodwill finds that will make me 1,000 plus. And it's just me holding an ugly nightgown, and changing that made all the difference. And so that video has reached 168,000 people, 168,000 views. It's led, because it was pushed out, it's led to 1.7 thousand subscribers and has made over $2,000. Now I have to pay, you know, I pay for editing. I now pay for a videographer to help me. And so I do have to recoup that cost. I pay for the haul. I pay, you know, all that good stuff. I pay for, like I mentioned, the third-party software that helps me A/B test. And there's a lot of expenses that go into it to make sure like my channel is thriving. But it's just interesting to me that like making a little tweak can make all that difference. And so the only issue I have is the time, finding the time to just dedicate to going back and like doing that. Because that's where I get I get lost. I have like, currently I have stuff to list, and my kids get home in 2 hours, you know, I've got very little time. So, but when I can put the time investment in, it's for sure super worth it. So anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to be doing that with my old videos. I think today, even though I have some eBay stuff to photograph, I'm going to wait. I think I'm going to do that with my kids and make it like a lesson and just how to list. I'm still working on them with that because that's a trickier one. They can ship, but listing is a little more tricky. So I'm going to work on them with that, and instead I'm going to dedicate these next 2 hours to tweaking YouTube. I also have to take, so when Editor Riff is done with the video, he sends it to me, and I have to take that footage and find the thumbnail within it, or go to my external footage that I have to like find the thumbnail. And then, you know, kind of if I need to add a few comps here and there, I just will have to kind of just put that in. And then I export it and I put it on YouTube. And a couple of the last videos I sent him that he's edited, I need to just finish the outro because I didn't have time. So today's gonna be a YouTube day where I'm just gonna focus on that. I'm gonna try to get all that stuff done. You know what's interesting too is YouTube has this like, they have these really cool things you can do. What is it? It's the YouTube shopping. And you can link products in your videos that like either you use or that are similar to what you use. And when those products are linked and people buy them, you get a kickback. They just rolled this out, like, so I opted in and they automatically just put things in there that like, it's just kind of automated, I guess. I'm not picking the items that they put in those referral links, but even just with that, in the last month I've made $70, which for doing absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna try to like, again, it all depends on time. I feel like I never have time to work on all the things I wanna work on, which is fine, because I have children and I have a life. But I wanna dedicate time, I should say, to tweaking those products and making sure that they apply to what like maybe I'm doing in the video, or similar brands, or I wonder if I can even link items from my eBay store. I just haven't even looked into that. So we're gonna work on that. There's so many interesting components of social media and ways to make money and ways to grow that I have just not even considered, because I just don't have, no, I'm not gonna say I don't have time. I haven't made the time. Ashley, be accountable. I haven't made the time to study it and to do it. I've been goofing off with TJ, and we watch Severance and we watch Better Call Saul now at night, and it's been really great, which I do think that's important. You gotta spend time with, you know, I could work 24/7, but that would also lead to major burnout, which it has. And I don't wanna do that again. But yeah, just compartmentalizing my time and making sure I'm tweaking things. Another idea I had for my main channel that I want to kind of branch out and try is, and this would require, you know, a little bit more effort on my part to like film for an extended period of time, or remember to like, because the footage would take, it would have to take like a month to film the whole thing. But it would be trying side hustles, because I see it all the time. I see these side hustles that people talk about on TikTok or Instagram that are like, you could be making X amount of money if you use AI, or if you do, you know, TikTok shop or whatever. And so what I was thinking of trying to do is trying out, being like, okay, I watched this video, I'm gonna do this exact process, and in a month I'm gonna tell you exactly what it's making. And just because something's not making money in a month, I could say then, I could do a report back on it and say, here's an update of how it's doing. Because I know that things take time to launch, you know, it doesn't happen right away. But just kind of sharing, like, did this actually work? And my experience with like, it worked great, or it totally didn't work because of X, Y, and Z reasons. I think that would be really interesting. That, you know, it's just the concept of doing it consistent, like finding invisible time and trying out that side hustle and reporting back on it. And like, that would take time, but I do think it'd be really cool and really interesting, because my channel name is Hustle at Home Mom, not like eBay at Home Mom. So I could do beyond eBay and selling. And it would be really cool to do that and to add more income streams. I've just been kind of doing what's working. And that's, again, where this all ties back, is bringing in a videographer, having someone to talk to, bringing a little bit of change, just not ever losing my core, what I do, which is thrifting. I will always keep that, but branching out and trying at least a few different things mixed in between my regular content. That's like where I need to be brave and excited and feel challenged and ready to take that step. So I think I am, and I am excited, and I think there's like really cool opportunities down the road that I'm excited about. Again, but I will just be, and I've said this in previous videos on this channel, I just wasn't excited for, I was fully in survival mode of just, you know, autopilot. I was just doing exactly what I needed to do to maintain and to not fully drown, but I was still kind of drowning. Whereas now I feel more excited and more energized and like ready to tackle new projects and new challenges and like, you know, try things out. Because you never grow if you don't take some risks, right? So anyway, okay, I'm gonna get to work. I've talked to you for too long now, 23 minutes. This will be a fun video. This is just an update. If you're not on YouTube or you don't content create, this was probably very boring, and I apologize, but if you watched till the end, I appreciate you, and you can subscribe for more rambling content like this, more content just behind the scenes, my thoughts, my procedures, all that, if that's interesting. Okay, love you, and I'll catch you in the next one.